Hi, everyone who is joining us for today's Business Owner Clarity series. We will get started in about 4 minutes. Please come on in, put your business name as well as your how many years you've been in business and what you hope to get out of this session in the chat or in the comments wherever you're watching us. And we'll be starting in about 3 minutes. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't already, please take time to like and share the video if you're watching this on social media. This is live streaming on Facebook and I think Instagram. Not sure. Wherever you're seeing this, if it's shareable, please share it out. If you're watching live, we are welcome. We are welcoming you in the room. Hopefully, this is not your first time joining us for the Business Owner Clarity series. If it has, please follow us on Action Coach Tampa Bay and you can see the previous recordings. We also have it out on our YouTube page. So tap in, get this good information. We're coming on here every second and fourth Tuesday, same time at 2 p.m. to just give you a little shot of information, a little something that can help you out in your business. Excuse me. Because we know that business ownership can be lonely and it can be hard to get the right information from the right sources. So we just want to be that for you, a place where you can get good, solid information that has been researched and used over time. Action Coach Tampa Bay has been in business for Action Coach Tampa Bay has been in business for 18 years, but Action Coach Global for 30 and has been and is currently in over 80 countries. So we're a wealth of information for you. So use this free information for your benefit. So today I'm excited because we are talking about the simple financial shift, just one of them. A simple financial shift that can unlock growth. There's one major one, and there's one that is general for everyone, but we just need a reminder of it sometimes. So we're going to go ahead and get started. It is 1 after the hour, and I like to respect your time. I'm Teresa Strong-Myrick. I am a business coach here with Action Coach Tampa Bay. And this is my passion. My passion is to help others grow, whether it's personally or in business. And if you're a business owner, you know you kind of need that personal level before you can even go into the business, because your business will not outgrow your learning. So thank you guys for being here. And actually, I congratulate you for being here. Let me know if you're watching this on the replay, because we want to know when you're watching, how you're consuming the information. We want your feedback. Is this helping you at all? Have you been able to implement anything? Let us know so that we can make this as beneficial to you as possible. So let's go ahead and get started. I love talking about the numbers of business, um, because many times we don't do that. So the agenda, we're going to go through a little housekeeping, tell you a little bit more about who we are. I've kind of given you that already. Add your information to the chat, because this is also an opportunity for you to know who else is watching with you, for you to connect with those individuals as well, because business owners need community. So make sure that you're creating community so that you can get the support that you need in the right community, right? We'll go through some content. We'll talk through the application of the content, because it's not good enough to just get the information. You have to apply it, right? You have to apply it. A friend of mine just sent me a quote. Um, Actually, this is one of the clients that I work with. Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. Get into action, because to know all the information and not do anything just does nothing for you. So you have to be in action. That's why we're action coach. We're action coach, not procrastination coaches. So how to stay, we're also going to give you how you can stay in action, meaning once we give you something to think about, something to do, then we're going to invite you to continue the learning, to continue the support, and how we can support you as coaches here. And then we're going to ask for your BFOs. BFOs for us are blinding flashes of the obvious. Those are your aha moments. We're going to ask for those and ask for your feedback, like I said, so we can make this better and more beneficial to you each and every time. Yeah, I'm trying to click through the things. Oh, the way to get the most out of any learning is to be present, to be fully present. So turn off the notifications on your phone. Participate in any learning that you are engaged in, because we always say, just we frequently hear people say, be in the room. Be in the right rooms, but also be in the rooms right. Be in there ready for information. Be in there ready to be challenged, to hear things differently, to be open. Because even though it may be to something you've already heard, you're hearing it again for a reason. So hear it differently. What else can you take from it? Using colors. This is one thing that we have you do inside of Action Coach, is because when you use colors, it just activates a different part of your brain. So use colors. If you're trying to think of something that is not coming to you, change the color of your pen. Use something bright and colorful. Call out the answers, raise your hand. So whether you're in this room or any other room of learning, make sure that you are being there and all the way in and intentional about your participation. I'm gonna run through this real quick, because I've kind of told you about who we are. Most importantly is we are the world's #1 business coaching firm. We have been around for a long time doing this work. We're privately owned and founded by Brad Sugars, who is an entrepreneur and author. He founded this company 30 years ago, so we are a franchise that's a part of that. And the vision is to create world abundance through business re-education. Because many times business owners will start businesses and get really excited about what they're doing, and the specifics and the technical part of what they're doing, but not understand the business part of it. So that's why we're here. What do you choose to get out today? In any learning that you're going to participate, before you get started in the learning, set your mind for what you want to get out of it. It is so important that we start with the end in mind. So take a moment. If you're watching the replay, just stop this for a moment. Take some time to think about it. What is it that I choose to get out of today? I love this because it's good for learning. But when you start your day, set the tone for your day early, right? You don't have to wait for things to happen. Don't let your day happen to you. Happen to your day. Create in your mind what experience you want to have throughout the day, right? So this is just a good rule for all of those things. So I know I'm moving kind of fast. If you need me to slow down, please let me know. So today is not about motivation. It's not about theory. It's about understanding why you're having the problems with your finances, why it exists, and how you can fix it with structure. Many of you are not having an issue because you're not working hard enough. It's just understanding what needs to be done and getting real specific on that and helping someone else see inside of your business from a different viewpoint, because it's kind of hard, right? When you're inside of the jar, you can't read the label that's on the outside, as this gentleman is demonstrating. It's really hard to understand all the things that's going on. So most of you are working about 60 hours a week inside your business, but you are too close. You're too close to your business and you just can't see the things that you can't see. Um, that's why it's important to have someone else help you to understand all the things or see your business from a different point of view. So you may be feeling stuck. You may be feeling like you're running in circles. It's so important for you to just have someone else who has a different way of seeing things, who have different experiences, who have different expertise, even to look at your business and say, hey, you're doing these things wonderfully. However, if you just do these couple of few tweaks, then it would make all the difference in your business. You know how you can tell everybody else what to do, but it's hard for you to figure out what to do for yourself? Yeah, that applies here. So we don't do this just so that you can make money. We want you to make money, but it's more about who you become as you become a better business owner and run a better business, because we don't want you in business thinking that you just have to work until you leave this earth. You know, it's okay to want to work until you die, but it is not okay to have to. We want you to get the time back. We want you to be present with your family. The greatest stories we've heard in coaching is not the stories of how much revenue we've made, business owners has made. It's more about, I was able for the first time in 3 years to take a vacation and not have to pick up my phone or pick up my laptop. I was able to be fully present with my family on vacation. Or the business owner who was working so much that she was missing time with her daughter who was in elementary school now, and she wanted to be able to drop her off every day and spend that time with her. She wasn't able to do that until she was able to bring in a coach who helped her to understand how she was using her time and help her to delegate with systems. Now she's able to drop off her daughter every morning and have that quality time with her. You know how special it is when you can drop your child off to school. You know how special that is to that child. That's why we do this. That's why we are so passionate about what we do here. That's why we give you this information, give you this education so that you can start to apply things that's going to make a difference in your business and in your life. Some of the questions that we hear all the time: where's the money going? The business feels like it's growing, but my time feels scarce, my money feels tight, or it's unpredictable. It doesn't feel like the effort equals the reward. How many of you relate to at least one of those? And let me tell you, working harder is not going to solve this. It's not going to solve this. If that was the case, you wouldn't be here, you wouldn't be tuned in, because we know you're working hard. So before we get into the specifics of what we're going to talk about today, I want you to understand the framework of how we work here with business owners and help to build them. What we're talking about today is in the foundation: money issues, time issues, delivery issues, and direction, where you're taking the business, all that's down here in the mastery, which is the foundation. The foundation is where we find those key elements. And today we're just talking about one, which is money. When you can get those four elements tightened up, then you can start to eliminate the chaos and start to build on top of that. For those of you who are builders, who are in trades, you know that if the foundation is weak, then the building is going to fall, right? As you start to build on top of it. So it's really important. Um, and this is just oops. So this is just an overall view of what's behind all those building blocks, right? So it's not just the building blocks, but it's the different components up under there. You see under financial, it talks about the monthly profit and loss, work to, are you working on a budget? Measuring return on investment of marketing. Do you have a KPI dashboard? Um, do you know the cost? Are you managing the cost? Are all your costs known, right? Do you know what it costs you to even acquire a client? Do you know what it is to fulfill the orders? Like how much is it cost you to even supply them with the product? How much does that product cost you? So these are all numbers we need to know. And that's what we're going to dive in a little bit more today. Ooh, let's talk about some of these beliefs, right? We can't talk about money if we're not going to talk about the beliefs behind the money, because that is what drives the behavior. That's what drives the behavior, or that drives what you do and what you don't do. Let's talk about that. So let's talk about these things, and we're just going to mention them briefly. You know which one hits home for you, which ones. So you just jot them down and know that this is something. Not only do I need to know, not only do you need to know your historic numbers, but the ones that will create your future. Too many business owners have no ability to make a decision due to lack of information. If we want to manage something, we have to measure it. So these are the beliefs we have to adopt, because sometimes this is in opposition of what you're actually doing. So we turn both the historic numbers and the future key performance indicators. So we need accounting numbers, but we also need to test and measure what we do. So these are the things that are needed for us to really get a hold of our money. We have to understand that these are the things, the beliefs that we have to have in order to run a business effectively. We can't be afraid of the money. You can't be afraid to look at what's going on. If you don't know, it's hard for you to make a clear decision. All right, this is for decision-making purposes. That's why it's good to know these numbers, so you know what to do and what not to do. So we talked about key performance indicators. This is your business vital sign. These are the vital signs of your business. This is the dashboard. These are the numbers you need to know. Do you know your revenue? Are you keeping up with how much revenue you're bringing in? And I'm not saying wait till the end of the year. What do you know it on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly basis? Do you know what's going on going in and out of your accounts on a daily basis? Do you know what profits you're making? Are you making money? Are you making money overall? Are you making money on the particular products that you are providing? Are you making money on all the particular services that you're providing? So it's not just the overall picture, but it's get granular on this so you understand what is producing what for you. Your projected cash flow. Do you have enough cash coming into your business? Are you do you have the cash flow so that money is coming in on a regular basis? Are people paying you every 15 days, every 30 days? What is going on? You don't know these things if you're not looking. You have to pay attention. Is your business building equity? Is it gaining or losing value? These are things you have to know. What are the ratios? What's outstanding? What's coming in? Are people paying you on time? Do you have money sitting out there that you haven't gone to collect because you don't have a system for it? These are things that you got to know and got to be on top of. So it's wonderful to give people good service. It's wonderful to be a good painter, an excellent builder. But if you can't do that work if you don't understand the numbers that are supporting your business, the non-financials, this is what's important because these are the numbers that drive your revenue. So what things do you need to pay attention to? So we call these the key activity measures. What needs to be done to bring in the leads? Like what activity needs to be done to bring in the leads? What activity needs to be done to convert those leads into the next step in your process? What needs to be done to make sure you have enough volume in your company, enough volume of leads coming in? What are those things that need to be done? Then on the delivery, what needs to be done with inside your company so that you make sure that you are delivering on a consistent basis? You're giving people a predictable product in the end. All these things have to be, we have to measure, we have to test and measure everything that's going on. Customer service, when's the last time you talked to your customers to know if you're doing well or not by them? Are they coming back for repeat services? Are they not? Why aren't they? Who are they going to if they're not coming to you? All of these things need systems and processes so you can understand the numbers that drive them, the numbers that actually drive the revenue. Oh, there's that B word. Everybody doesn't like that B word of budgeting. But budgeting and reporting is important. Budgeting and reporting. So we need to know what's going on in our company. We need to budget. We just can't spend because we look in the bank and we see that there's money there. We need to understand the flow of our money. So I'm not going to go into the details of this, but I just wanted you to know what we're talking about when we say a cash flow report. This is going month to month, knowing what is the income expected? What are the costs of goods? What does it cost to produce that revenue? Your gross profit. Then what are your fixed costs? Those are the things that's the cost that you're going to pay every month, whether you have a business, whether you have business coming in or not. So that's the rent. You're going to have to pay that and all the any insurances, all those things. You're going to have to pay those whether you have a client coming in or a customer coming in or not. So it's good to know this information. Your owner's salary, get your net profit, equity, anything that's coming in, and understand what your cash position is for each month because some months can be more, some can be less. But if you know what needs to be paid, what needs to go out, then you can adjust accordingly. So you're just not looking at your bank account and saying, I have enough, right? Because you may have enough for this month, but you need that surplus for next month because we don't have enough activity to bring in the clients that we need to bring in to match the previous month's numbers. And we're going to talk a little bit about management. So we're just going like really high level. We're not going into details, but there are certain things I wanted you to pay attention to because there are common things that we hear with business owners. And this next thing, this is the last thing I'm going to talk about, and then we'll just move on. But I wanted you to see the dangers of discounting because many times when I talk to business owners and they're trying to bring in more, right? They're trying to bring in more customers and clients and attract them with discounts. And every time, if you've been around any action coaches, if you say the word discount, we all kind of draw back. We kind of cringe because we know that giving a discount affects your bottom line because it goes into your profit. If you are giving a 10% discount, it generally requires, just generally speaking, it requires 33% more sales to meet 33% more in sales to meet your general, what you usually would do. So if you're usually hitting about 100 sales and you give a discount, excuse me, you have to have 33% more in sales to get to that same revenue. So it is just detrimental to your efforts, but also detrimental to your profit, as opposed to giving a 10% increase. And I know many business owners will not want to do a 10% increase. You do a 10% increase, it means that you require less, right? You get 25% more profit with the same value, but you can also stand to lose 20% of the sales and still break even on your profit. So now that's just the high level of that. If you want more information, then I suggest that you comment that you want a strategy session to talk through this more. All right. So if this is something that you're like, I give discounts all the time. How is that really affecting my bottom line? We can sit with you and talk that through and actually work your specific numbers with you. Just comment strategy if that's something you want. Or no, not strategy. Comment discount. Comment discount if that's something that you want to further discuss. But this is one of the ways when you're thinking about, oh my gosh, where's my money going? You could be literally giving away your money with the discounts because it's going straight to your bottom line. You think you're giving a 10% discount, it's actually causing you like 50% of revenue on a particular item. Just very interesting how that works. Yeah, I'm trying to move through this, but my clicker's not working. Okay. So that's the information I wanted to teach you or just expose you to today. Like I said, this is not a full on strategy session here. This is just to help you think about different things that you can do. What I didn't say, I needed to say this as well. Instead of giving a discount, give more value. So for many of you, you have an item that may not be selling well or something that you kind of give away anyhow. It doesn't cost you a lot to give to someone, so it's something that you can easily give and not affect your bottom line as much. You've already paid for it, it's kind of sitting there. So if you are a hairdresser and you have a particular item, shampoo that you can give, you would normally charge about what, $15, $20 for that, but you bought it for $5, then you're giving that away for $5. You're giving that away to them. It gives them value. So they feel that they're getting something very valuable, but it only costs you $5, right? So think of different ways that you can give more value instead of discounting the products that you sell often. And like I said, if that's something that you need to talk through, please reach out to us. So we're in this business not because you guys need more information. There's a plethora of information in the world. You can Google it, you can chat GPT it, you can do all those things. The problem is that with all that information, it's hard to understand what to implement and what's best for you. So sometimes you will fall off the wagon. And sometimes you'll fall off that wagon and not get back on because it becomes overwhelming. So coaching is not about never failing. It's about getting back on track faster than you would on your own, right? So it is so important that if you are someone who are just having drastic ups and downs, or you're feeling like, I don't know why I'm continuing to do this, or if your bad day has become a bad month, then it's time to kind of just get some assistance, right? Just get some assistance, get different eyes on your situation. It just always helps to have different eyes, skilled eyes, right? Knowledgeable eyes, not just any old body, but get someone in there who can help you. Because you could be, ready for the next big breakthrough, and it's just could be just something small that you really need to pay attention to. Like maybe you're discounting too much, and if you stop discounting instead and start giving value, if you change your mindset around that, if you start to pay attention to your numbers more and know what to look for, and know what your numbers are telling you, then you can make some better decisions. So here at Action Coach, our entire goal is to help you build a commercial, profitable, saleable enterprise that works without you. Now, we're not saying that you have to give up your business, but we want you to have the freedom that you came into business for. Many of you went into business because you wanted time freedom, you wanted money freedom, you wanted to just have a schedule where you could do what you want when you wanted to do it. But you got into business and you got none of those things. You're working more, right? For oftentimes less. You may not even be paying yourself right now. So we are here to help you to work on your business and not just in your business, because working in the business, you are concentrating on being the technician and your business part of your business just going haywire. So let us help you to um, get that under control. Get that under control. I've been talking for a long time, been talking for a long time. I want you guys to kind of just sit back and look through whatever notes you've taken. Look through your notes. What was the blinding flash of the obvious for you? What was the aha moment? What was the thing that you needed to hear? Something that you've heard for the first time that sparked your interest. Something that you've heard before, right? But you haven't been doing it. Or a reminder. It might be a reminder of something that you have been doing, but you stopped doing it for a while. And it's like, I need to get back to it. So what is the blinding flash of the obvious for you? What's important about this is not just to write it down, not to just think about it, but to also write it down, but in addition to that, create a plan around it, because it came up for a reason. And what we don't want is for you not to create a plan around it, and then it becomes something that you don't do again. So what was the thing? What is the plan that you can put around it? And again, if you need some assistance with creating a plan around whatever that BFO is, just comment below that you want to speak with a coach and we will get you connected. This is my favorite quote. It's by Les Brown, one of my favorite quotes. You can't see the picture when you're in the frame. You cannot see the picture when you're in the frame. It's much like the man we saw in the beginning of this presentation who was sitting in a jar and couldn't see the label on the outside. I like this one because it has such a practical correspondence to life. Because even just, I think it was just yesterday or just Friday, just a couple of days ago, right? A couple of days ago, I'm at an event and someone says, "Oh, you want me to take a picture of you guys?" I say yes, hand them my phone. And they were like, "Oh, wait, we got to fix something behind you." Then they go to take the picture again. It's like, "Oh, that something else is wrong." And they're adjusting something behind me. I don't know what it is, but they're adjusting it so that it looks just right. That is just a practical example of that. We cannot see what's behind us. Sometimes we can't see in our peripheral the things because we're so focused in. We are laser focused on one particular goal, and we can't see all the things that are around it that are affecting us not getting to the goal, pulling us away from it, or even if that's the right goal for us to be, there could be something just to the left or right of it that we could focus on and have a better result from. So just important for you to think about that in terms of coaching. How coaching can help you, how having a trusted advisor can assist you with the different things. We're not here to tell you what to do. Please understand that. We're never here to tell you what to do. We're just here to be that guide on the side for you, someone that you can bounce your ideas around. And all we're going to do is ask you a bunch of questions and give you something to read or learn on the topic, right? And then we're going to keep you in action towards getting that thing done. So I thank you guys for being here for the webinar. If this was good for you, then I will tell you the in-person seminar is like this on steroids because you're surrounded with other people, other business owners who are here to learn and to grow together. They're local to this community. It's an in-person seminar. It's only $47. We feed you breakfast. We give you good learning, as well as you'll be able to network. So if that's something you're interested in, please let us know. Or you can go to our website, to our events page, and just sign up. Sign up. It's a half-day session. This will let you know if you can be away from your business, right? This will let you know what happens when you're away from your business for 4 hours. But just really good learning, good time. People really, business owners really enjoy being in the room to learn from other business owners and see that other people are having some of the similar issues across the board, not even in the same industry. But it's just wonderful to be in a space where you have community, you have accountability, you have people who are focused on results, and you get some education in along with it. So if that's something you're interested, please go to our website, go to events page. Our next one is July 17th. It's always on the third Friday. So July 17th is our next one, and we're focused on creating on the formula for loyalty and repeat revenue. All right, so that's it for this session today. Your feedback is valuable to us. If you're here in the inside of Zoom, then you'll have the feedback that you can fill out. Give us your information, your feedback, anything you want to see more of. Please let us know. And we always listen to those. We always take those things into consideration. All right, so let me check to see if there are any questions that need to be answered before we close out today. All right, I don't see anything, but we will monitor the comments throughout the day to see if there's anything that we need to respond to. So even if you are watching this on the replay, please go right ahead. All right, just heard from our assistant. There are no questions that need to be answered or addressed. All right, thank you guys so much for being with us. And also, I celebrate you for just going through this, taking the time to even this 30 minutes of spending time to learn more about working on your business instead of being in your business. It compounds. So continue to do that work, and we will see you next time. So next time is the second Tuesday of July. So second and fourth Tuesday in July, we'll be back with other free webinars. So stay tuned.